Hit the like. 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 Hit the. Yeah. We fucking love you, Siley. We fucking love you so much. Hey guys, come on now. We love you so much. Hey, seriously, chill out, please. Hey, please, seriously, come on. Pull it together. Seriously, like a glaze sesh on a Monday morning? Like, come on, man. Good morning, guys. Man, I'm excited. I really am. I'm happy Page Day. That's right. Happy Page Day. I got invited to the draft party, but I don't think I'm going to go. Let me throw away my banana. I'm rocking a golf shirt today in honor of the Masters yesterday. The first time I've ever watched the Masters in my life. I know you're thinking, God, man, you're getting old. I know. First time watching the Masters, and wouldn't you know it, people say that it was one of the best Masters of all time. Now, just throwing that out there. What a finish, absolutely. I was rooting for Bryson. I was rooting for Obert. But I don't know any of these guys. I only know Obert went to Texas Tech. Now, I do know that some golfers are assholes, right? But you getting Paige on the phone to bring her on the stream. We're having a lot of conversations about a lot of things, Paige and I. Bryson went to SMU. Yeah, I knew Bryson was a Dallas guy. Isn't Scotty Scheffler a Dallas guy? Is he? Scheffler's a Scotty guy, right? Or a Dallas guy. Scotty's a Dallas guy, but born in Cali. Scotty went to UT. Okay. Page at number 1, HVL at 13. I'm in. So I want to do some, you know what? I might wait till more people filter in, but do some housekeeping. I'm interested to hear what you guys would like to see from me as the playoffs start, because we're locking in. We're going full fucking fledged. Listen, taxes are due. I paid them. Got some other stuff. It's time to tighten up the bootstraps. So, all right, it's time to lock in. First and foremost, like the stream. We're going to do day-by-day analysis. We're going to do, I'm going to do, so today's stream, we're just going to briefly sort of go over initial first quick-hitting thoughts on these series. Maybe we'll rank them in terms of excitement level for each. I don't know yet. But what I really want to do today is go back and look at my preseason predictions. That's what I want to do this season, today. Zach with the $5. Good morning. Let's all have a great week and lock the fuck in. That's right. I do plan on streaming on playback. So somebody asked me about this, and I thought about doing this. I don't know why the fuck it slipped my mind so many times, but just compiling clips, even if it is just like 2, 3, 4 minutes. Compiling clips, watching the game. I know some of you guys want the full streams to be available, and that's definitely something that's possible. Although I'll continue to say that will almost certainly be behind a paywall, and I'm sorry, that's just the reality. But compiling clips of the stream and sort of uploading it as kind of like a highlights ordeal. Now my question is, one, Is that something that would interest you guys? If not, it's cool. But also, 2, what channel do you guys think I should upload those on? Because I'm thinking the Clips channel. I feel the Clips channel is doing incredibly well, by the way. I'm thinking about just, I like the fact that I can just throw shit on the Clips channel. Okay, Clips channel. All right. Because I do think paywalls don't interest anyone. I know that they don't, but it's just hey, man, I'm running a business here. And I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman. And I'm also partially kind of thinking the reflection video after the Mavs versus Lakers was a good video. Yeah, and I'm also thinking of just doing my reactions to games potentially on the Clips channel. So I don't know. I think I might be overloading the Clips channel. We'll wait and see how it all kind of shakes up. But I do want to stream every day when the playoffs start. So that's what Stephen A. did on the Clips channel makes it so hard. Yeah, I'm just throwing everything on the Clips channel. I don't give a fuck. It's kind of an experiment. I think I'm saving this channel video wise for more long form videos, and I am working on a long form video right now that I think will be pretty good. Yeah, there's no VODs on playback, unfortunately. They're not allowed to do it, I don't think, because of the like the copyright laws and shit. Clips channel is overtaking your main channel, man. I'll go, yeah, well, I haven't posted like a video on the main channel in a while. And discoverability on streams, I think it's gotten worse over time for YouTube. I saw someone complain about it. I don't know what they've got going on. I'm interested in YouTube sort of streaming strategy. Feels like they're doing a bad job. Long form video about I'm doing like a full season timeline of the Mavs season. All of it, beginning to end. All the stuff that you forgot about that I didn't. Why no Twitch? Maybe we do dual cast. I don't know. I've never really considered Twitch, but maybe it's time. Maybe it's time. Clips are nice though, and some of the reaction from the stream pop up from time to time on the Clips channel. So the reason why I don't like doing a dual cast is, one, I love playback. I just love it. I love its functionality. I love its I just love the chat. I think the chat, not just like the people in the chat. I'm saying like the chat itself, I think flows better. I like that you can send links. I like all of that stuff. The problem is when you dual cast stuff from playback on YouTube, it just doesn't look very good. I'm just being honest. And it's hard to, right? Because you're streaming the game and you can't do that on other platforms. Monetarily, I think Twitch would be better for you. Yeah, but I don't. Just like opening all of these different. Like what if I open up subscriptions on Twitch, then it's like, all right, now how realistically how much can I expect people to, Bleacher Report streams are a different story. You can see that on Legend Winning's channel. Looks so bad. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Yeah, I try to do it this weekend slightly every now and then. You streaming on Tubi? That's on the way. You can post clips from your playback, watch it on YouTube. I think that's in the cards. You have the following to make some seamless platform switch. You'd think that. Although I will say, like, the switch over to playback went over pretty well, all things considered. You guys think I look like PFT commentator? You guys think I look like PFT? I don't really see it. No, we reached a point where it's just white guy, long blonde hair, boom. Sam Hyde, he looks closer to Sam Hyde, yeah. Hold on. I have to find this picture from last year. When you guys say slightly lookalikes, what's hilarious is I found the best slightly lookalike. Me in the wild. Me in the wild found. Can't wait till we get to Lakers Wolves discussion. So again, we're gonna do our predictions. I think later in the week for the playoffs. We are gonna talk about them. I'm gonna do my awards next stream. Will be the awards discussion, and then boom, playoffs, and that's what will dominate the conversation. Obviously. Now at the $4.99, imagine going back and talking to your October 2024 self after knowing what you know about the season. We're gonna look at our predictions, and I honestly don't really remember them all that well. I can't. This is the furthest I can scroll back. Fuck. Oh well. Damn it. I'm interested to see where you had Pistons, Knicks. Well, I'm pretty excited about that series. I don't know what I'd pick yet. I really haven't looked too deep into any of the series. But let's get started with Wordle. Okay. Now, the ones where I get a few of them off the rip always sort of scare me because I feel as though I'm going to embarrass myself. You know? I almost just kind of like not getting them right off the rip. Does that make sense? Now, I'm thinking of a word that I don't even think exists in the English language. Is ripe's a word? It is. Here we fucking go, man. Here we go. I mean, God bless. God bless. God bless the United States of America, man. God bless the USA. God. I'm thinking blank, blank, blank R. No. No. Maybe we have a ER situation on our hands. I'm thinking eraser. Eraser's off the table. Eraser could have been the answer in another world. But now I'm just realizing that no, eraser can't be because it's not a 5-letter word. Erode. Nope. Ergon. Isn't that a dragon series? Ergon. Is that a book series? Iran. No, I don't think so. Erstal. That's not a word. So maybe we don't have an ER situation. Maybe we have a blank R S blank E. Hearse. Curse. Wait, I knew that wasn't it. Where the fuck? Okay, this actually helps us quite a bit. Right? Blank. I feel like R has to be here. Cruise. Crest. All right, not bad. Honestly, honest to God. Not bad. I have a D&D barbarian character who's decided by us to look like me and my friends did a Dungeons and Dragon campaign, and it was pretty fun, but it got derailed so fast. It took about 3 weeks before someone died, and it was like, all right, now what? And it's like, you're dead. And then that was just kind of the beginning of the end. You are him, Bruno. All right. I feel pretty good about that, actually. I'm going to be honest with you. All right, let's lock in on connections. If you weren't in a playback stream last night, I dominated connections. Dominated it. President, director, Okay. Okay. Well, we have movie, actor, director. I mean, if those aren't together, then what is, right? Although I'm struggling to see. Ford, car. Okay. Game, play. Okay. What's dysentery doing here? What are we going with that? Okay. Where the fuck are we going with that one? Are we thinking more Oregon Trail along the lines of Oregon Trail? I don't think so. Okay, we got a check, a stop. Those could be related, I think. Check, stop, block. Damn. Those actually, that feels like that could actually be. Damn, block, stop, check. Feels like it could be. Yep. Okay. Concert, movie, play. Concert, movie, play, game. Concert, movie, play, game. Boom. Okay. So dysentery is going to be a dumbass one, right? Like we're entering dumbass territory with this one. Actor, president, director. All feels like they probably could and should be together. President, director, actor, but then what? Hunt, car. Ford, car, Ford F-150. No, that's not it. Oxen, like I'm struggling to see where oxen plays into this whole thing. Oxen, car, Ford. No, that's Hunt, oxen, dysentery. Hunt, oxen, dysentery. I'm a little bit confused to how where dysentery comes into play here. I got to be honest with you. Tom Ford? No. Ford Truck Month? No, that doesn't sound right to me. Actor, director, president. Now, if those three aren't together, President Ford, who's a director and an actor. One away, actually. Okay. Well, we have leeway here just to guess shit. One away. President, director. Okay. What the fuck am I missing here? What the fuck am I missing here? Hunt, dysentery, Ford, and oxen. Or car, dysentery, Ford, and oxen. Thank God. What Ford might refer to. Actor, car, director, president. Okay, what's this one? But then they got Ford as associated with the game. Oregon Trail. Holy shit, I was right. Wait, oh, okay, hold on. What, God, I haven't played Oregon Trail in so long. What's Ford? Is that like the name of a character? Oh, the river. Okay. What Ford might refer to. Actor, car, director, president. Okay. All right. I mean, all right. We got it. That's all that matters. They drove Ford F-150. I knew they drew Ford F-150s around the Oregon Trail, which is it's kind of like, why did that take so long? You know, if you had a Ford F-150. Not bad. Honestly, not a bad showing. I'm pretty proud of it. I'm pretty proud. You looked into it? Well, no, I had the right idea, actually. Had the right idea with the Oregon Trail immediately. Funny because dysentery, I immediately thought Oregon Trail. Isn't that funny? Let's get into it. Good morning, folks. It's Monday, April 14th, 2025, 10:59 a.m. Central Standard Time. The NBA regular season has come to its merciful conclusion for some teams. For other teams, this dreaded season drags on. Again, I'm, of course, talking about the Dallas Mavericks, who play on Wednesday at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time in the play-in tournament. Hopefully they lose and we can move on with our lives. But the regular season is over. Playoffs, postseason basketball is upon us. We know most of our first-round matchups. We know what the play-in matchups are. I am very, very excited about this, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very excited. Shams tweet. What's Shams tweeting right as I go live? The New Orleans Pelicans have fired David Griffin, which it sounds like they're keeping Willie Green, which is a little bit surprising to me. Maybe it's one of those things where they're keeping Willie Green for now, but maybe once they find a new GM or whatever, then they will fire Willie Green. Just kind of like the GM pick. I don't know. We shall see what that situation unfolds. But yeah, it's to be expected. I really thought Willie Green was going to get canned as well. Just time to move on. Time to move on for that franchise. Kind of sucks for David Griffin because that is a good basketball team. You know, like there's a good, talented basketball team in the New Orleans Pelicans somewhere, but they're just so constantly destroyed by injuries. And I guess, you know, it's kind of what you get for building around injured guys, but you can't really predict injuries, man. Pelicans go get Nuggets or Grizzlies coach. No dread for your OKC Thunder. Why on earth would I have dread for the Thunder? Who are probably going to lose 3 games. So Luca saying the part in the tribute video, which got him emotional. The tribute was a game winner over Gobert, and last year's run is so funny and awesome, respectively. Yeah, I mean, well, funny considering that matchup. It's funny when you consider that matchup. So let's start. Let's just start with a brief little peek at this. So I mentioned earlier that we're gonna hold off on doing the predictions. We're either gonna have our official predictions for these on Thursday or Friday. I'm not entirely sure just yet. Maybe Thursday, because Friday's when you get the playing games to determine the 8th seed, and I don't think it matters in either conference. So this is what the bracket looks like right now. Just on first glance, I was rooting for the Warriors in that Clippers-Warriors game yesterday, which was one of the better games of the season. Maybe the best game of the season, all things considered. Just because I really wanted a Lakers-Warriors round 1 series, and then that would have also led to a Nuggets-Timberwolves first-round series, I believe. Which Shams bomb right now. Where's the desk?
Heard he has been unwilling to me to confirm, but league sources tell me that the San Antonio Spurs are De'Aaron Fox's perfect.
I'm the source now. Ladies and gentlemen, breaking news here at the Slightly Biased News Sports Desk. The Phoenix Suns have fired head coach Mike Clueless Holzer is what they're calling him. Mike Budenholzer, after finishing in 11th place with a 36-46 record in his one season. Wow. You heard it here first, folks. Reported here first. The Phoenix Suns waste no time in getting rid of Mike Clueless Holzer. And that's that. The Phoenix Suns, the pathetic Suns. It's quite terrible what they're doing to him. The pathetic Suns. It's quite remarkable what little destructive Matt Ishbia is what I call him. He destroys everything he touches. They fire Mike Budenholzer. They call him Clueless Mike. It's quite sad. I like Mike quite a bit. If I were in charge of the Suns, Mike and I would get along. We'd get along so well. And frankly, we'd win. We'd do so much winning. We would do so much winning. We would have dealt no deal Bill so long ago. We would have dealt them. They can't deal them. We would have dealt them right away. Day one, we would have dealt them. Truthfully. They say if you were in charge, you would have dealt real deal Bill. No deal Bill is what we call him. Right away. Clueless Mike. Clueless Mike has been fired. It's quite sad. I mean, what a shit show. What a disaster for the Suns. So this is going to be head coach number 4 in 4 years upcoming here for Phoenix. The age-old adage, if everywhere you go smells like dog shit, maybe it's time to check the bottom of your shoe. If all of your neighbors are assholes, maybe you're the asshole. Whatever the case may be. If everyone you meet's an asshole, maybe you're the asshole. Whatever the case may be. But Budenholzer's getting fired. They've now fired championship-winning head coaches in consecutive seasons. I'm just not realizing they've fired 3 straight finals appearance coaches in consecutive seasons with Monty Williams, which whatever, that one might have been justified, I guess. I thought Vogel was treated pretty unfairly there, and now Budenholzer. So I'm just, who's the next coach they fire? Yeah, it's got to be Michael Malone. Michael Malone, come on down. I mean, clearly what's going on here is I think you have, and you know, I'm worried about saying this because you're always open for backlash from these guys on social media. But, you know, KD, Devin Booker, are those guys leading teams? So what? Those guys are leading teams to their coaches getting fired. I mean, that's just the reality of the situation at hand here. It's time for those guys to look in the fucking mirror and grow up. I mean, that's just the reality. Like, I'm sorry. If your team is disappointed 3 consecutive seasons and you fired a coach 3 consecutive seasons, you can't find a coach that works well with this group, then this group sucks. And look, I get, you know, Beal being there was this incredibly weird situation. You're trying to trade him. He doesn't want to get traded. You know, you're benching him in an effort to have him, you know, cave basically. But it's just, you know, it's so stupid. James Borrego would feel like a glove. Former coach who got fired from former team, fired after 1 season with the Suns. Malone, Kidd, Vogel are candidates for the Suns to be one-and-done coach next year for Phoenix. Those are our options. I think Michael Malone or Vogel. Vogel coming back. Maybe Doc. Maybe the Bucks lose round 1. Doc becomes available. Suns were 2 more Hornets rejects away from contending. So I do feel a little vindicated. Before the season started, I thought the Suns would be good. I did. I thought they'd be really good, actually. And they weren't. They started the season great. What did they start the season? 8-2? 8-1? Anyways, I thought they would be really good this season. I then immediately jumped ship on them. I thought they were fucking pathetic. After that, I thought their moves at the trade deadline. I hate what they've got. I hate everything the Suns have going on. And I'm not Phoenix Suns fans understand that I'm not shitting on your team. I'm not doing that. I'm saying your ownership and what they spoon feed the media to then spoon feed to us is so annoying to me. They always act like they're this genius franchise that's just 10 steps ahead of the competition, and they're telling us, no, actually, like, trading our probably very valuable 2031 first round pick for 3 shitty picks so that we can dump Yusuf Nurkic is genius. Like, absolutely genius. You guys don't understand yet what exactly we're doing, right? Like, no. Our entire team being built around a couple of 3 often injured guys who have just never really carried their teams to any real success. No, you guys don't understand. We're fucking genius. Okay? And it's I hate Arizonians personally. That's true. But yeah, I've hated everything that they've spoon-fed us all year long. Just hate it. No, you guys don't understand. Like, Jimmy, like, we're going to trade for Jimmy and we're going to trade Bradley Beal. And it's like, okay, well, who the fuck wants Bradley Beal? Who wants him? There was maybe some pathways to a trade that made sense to me, but yeah, and he said, what was the all 29 other teams to trade everything for our roster? Is that what he said? Was it 29 or was it like 28 or 26? 26. He said 26 other teams would trade spots with the Suns. I wonder what that number actually is. If you guys had, just off the top of our head, which teams would trade places with the Suns? It's a very, very short list. Very, very short list. Steinbaum, I think that maybe you could convince yourself that the Mavs, Luka is the top selling NBA jersey. Wizards? No, man. I would rather be the Wizards. The Suns are fucked. They are absolutely fucked, man. They've got nothing really in their coffers in terms of trade pieces. They're still super expensive. They have to trade KD just to sort of alleviate the pressures of the apron. That's where we're at. Like that trade, I'm telling you guys, this is why I've been saying that if the Mavs wanted in on it, the Mavs package for KD is probably one of the best they'll get. I don't think you guys are prepped for how shitty the trade package for Kevin Durant is going to be. I don't think you guys are prepped for it. I would rather be the Wizards easily. I would easily rather be the Wizards. Easily. I'm the true warrior this season. There are a lot of teams who want him. Yeah. Is there, though? Would you rather be the Mavs? That's the ultimate question. They're talking about buying out Bradley Beal, an unprecedented trade or an unprecedented situation. I'd much rather be the Wizards. The Mavs are the one where it's just like the situation's so dire there, it's so shitty. The vibes are so bad that I don't even want to be within it. I don't even want to be close to it. You have to trade Beal, just get out of their mess. Houston, Dallas, Boston, Clippers, Knicks. But none of those teams are going to break the bank for him, though, is the thing. Kings, I still think I'd rather be the Kings, truth be told. Because the Kings pick situation isn't terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible. But I also have a pathway there to maybe get a decent return for Sabonis. You know, Monk would have a market. Maybe you're stuck with Levine, but Keegan Murray would have it. Like, if I'm trying to tear the team down to the studs, I could get something. Do you think it's over for Dallas if we trade for Kevin Durant? It's over for the rest of the league because Dallas is winning it all next year. Sixers are kind of an interesting one. At least the Sixers have like Tyrese Maxey, legitimate young star, and Jared McCain was going to clearly be the rookie of the year if he kept up that level of play. So, but Philly's is kind of a bad one. Does this year stain KD's legacy? I don't think so in any real significant way. KD's legacy can only really move, in my opinion, for people. I'm not saying this is for me, but for people, can only really move in certain directions if KD wins another ring somewhere. Like, that's how his legacy moves one way or the other. I don't see it. Can you call Nico and tell him we really want KD? I'll make some calls, man. Like, I've already sort of exhausted all of my Nico points by sitting courtside on Friday night. Nico gave me those tickets. So I've already sort of exhausted that. Maybe give it a couple weeks. And I'll circle back to Nico. We'll have our morning chats like we usually do. I mean, the last time the thing is I don't know if you guys want to, because I was just made a joke about trading Luka and then he did it. So I don't want to go there really. Quit acting like you ain't having lunch later together. No, I'm having lunch with the Dumont. Squiggly 5 gifted memberships. Thanks, Squigs. Hey, dumb mods. Hey, mods, ban that guy. Guys, there's no guys. Not in this chat. Not in this chat are we slandering the good name of the Dumont. Not in this chat. Under no circumstances. Hey, Patrick. Oh, you're watching the stream? You're going to wire $15,000 into my account for saying that? Thank you. No, it's cool. I'm muted. All right, thanks. Since your jokes become true, can you joke about the Mavs rebuilding around SGA and Jokic for a win now window? Solid hot take. I would rather have Gaff than D-Live next year if one of them has to be traded just because of the injuries. That's a pretty hot take. It's a pretty scorching hot take. It's a pretty scorching hot one. All right. Wow. So big news there. Well, expected news. We knew Budenholzer was getting canned. Just kind of unfortunate. Let's sort of get back into just our initial peek at the playoff bracket here. We've known the Eastern Conference for a few days at this point. Cavs getting the 8th seed. Who do we think is going to be the 8th seed out of the East? We've got the Magic and the Hawks playing, and then we have the Heat and the Bulls. Who do we think's coming out? My Heat. The Magic have been the best defense in the league over the last 10 or so games. So I'm not scared of them at all if I'm the Celtics or Cavs, but that's something to keep in mind. The Bulls are kind of this funny little, wait, what the fuck just happened? How do they have 132 points, team? Hawks or Bulls will be 8, Magic getting 7. Look at Kirk Goldsberry's latest graphic. Either way, I think the East top 2 seeds are going to demolish whoever comes out of the play-in tournament. I do think that the West one is a little bit more interesting, obviously. We've got the first play-in game being the Grizzlies and the Warriors. And then, obviously, the Mavs, Kings, which, if you're the Thunder, you're on hands and knees begging that one of those teams somehow find their way through to you. But kind of a brutal, from the Rockets, I don't know how any team could hate the idea of playing the Grizzlies in round 1 at this point in time. Just considering the way that they've been trending and stuff like that. But from the Rockets, the prospect of getting the Warriors round 1 is pretty fucking brutal, man. I mean, that's brutal to have this magical 2 seed run and you get the Warriors in round 1. Now, I do think I haven't like really dove into these series just yet, which I will do. But I do think the Rockets have a pretty solid chance of winning that series, all things considered. I really do think they have a pretty solid chance of winning that series. And I take them a little bit more seriously than maybe I did originally, just because I do think about their size. I think about their defense. I think about Ime Udoka. One of my predictions, whenever we did 2025 predictions and stuff like that, one of my predictions was Ime Udoka gets into a verbal altercation with a player during a playoff series. An opposing player during a playoff series. We already know he's got into a verbal altercation with Steph Curry just a week or two ago. So they're not going to be scared of anyone, I don't think. They're not going to be scared. Lakers, Timberwolves. Yeah, I mean, I like the Lakers quite a bit in this series, to be honest with you. I do think we talk about the Mavs, obviously because of Luka, the Mavs against the Timberwolves last year in that evisceration. That series was close, but I will say as a fan, I never felt worried at the end of games. And that's sort of where we're at, I think, again here with this series. The Lakers, LeBron, Luka down the stretch of a game, and even Austin Reeves down the stretch of a game versus the Timberwolves. It's kind of difficult to imagine a scenario in which the Timberwolves come out on top of the series. Although I will say, one of the aspects to last year's series for the Mavs was the fact that they did have Derek Lively, who was, I thought, phenomenal in that series, and Gafford, and that sort of helped mitigate Gobert a little bit. But Gobert is going to have to impose his will quite a bit here. Gobert is going to have to impose his will, meaning dominate on the glass and stuff like that. And just, we'll see. Luka hits the first step back three. Game 1, 3 minutes into the game, Luka hits a step back three over Gobert. Best of luck. Best of luck. So we'll see. I think it'll be an interesting series, though, but I'm just going to tell you right now, I'll pick the Lakers pretty comfortably. Nuggets Clippers is very interesting. I haven't dove too deep into this one yet. The Clippers are rolling a little bit here. Kawhi looks incredible. Harden's had an awesome season. Zubac's best season of his career. Norm Powell, best season of his career. They play defense. You've got Harden. You've got Norm Powell. Can we get something out of Bogey? Like, you've got these perimeter guys for the Clippers. You can even throw Kawhi into that mix if you want to. I don't see the answer from Denver. That's what scares me a little bit. But the Nuggets do have the best player in the series comfortably, though. Wolves fans are saying Lively and Gafford was a difference last year. Well, they definitely helped. I mean, people compare this Lakers team to last year's Mavs team. Last year's Mavs team had an incredible backcourt. Derek Jones, yeah, but I'm talking about like legitimate perimeter scoring threats for the Clippers. The Nuggets perimeter defenders are rough. Did you see Luka's last few games? He's been putting more pressure on the rim and attacking the paint again. He's been playing well. So we know the Thunder, not really worried about any of these potential matchups for the Thunder. Rockets, Warriors is interesting. I think Grizzlies, I don't know if I'd pick the Grizzlies in any series, unfortunately. Kings, Mavs would just get steamrolled by any of these teams. Let's just call it what it is. And then out east, Knicks, Pistons. Pistons are a great story, huh? We know they're not going to be scared of anybody. I mean, if that matters. We know there's probably going to be 2-3 fights. But I do think the Knicks probably take care of business here. Again, I haven't dove too deep into any of these series, really. But just initial thoughts, I think the Knicks take care of business. Although, the Pistons, it's been an awesome story, and I am rooting for them. What do the Knicks do if the Pistons knock them out? I mean, what can they do realistically? Probably fire Tibbs, if I had to guess. I mean, I've heard them on Twitter briefly, mentioned as a KD team. Rebuild? They're not going to rebuild. So let's root for our boys in the Knicks. JB, our guy. Pacers, Bucks. Now, they don't have a line here, which is interesting. Again, I haven't been on Twitter much. Has there been any update on Dame? More optimism about Dame returning for the playoffs. I know he's out, but this type of shit's really weird. Bucks optimistic Damian Lillard will be cleared to return at some point during the playoffs. So that changes things dramatically, obviously. Pacers in 7, unfortunately. Tyrese is annoying now. No Dame. I mean, I think it's pretty... The Bucks have far and away the best player in the series. I think this will be a good one. Obviously, these two teams hate each other. This sneaky has potential to be... I know we look out west because these are fun matchups, but I think this sneaky has the potential to be the best series of the first round. Pacers, Bucks. Logan with the $2. Dear God, keep Luka healthy for the playoffs. Yep. Yeah, and let's not forget Pat Connaughton getting hot at the right moment. 40 points yesterday. I thought it was a 6-month thing for Dame. You don't know. Like, that's the thing about blood clots. You have no idea. You have no idea. Somebody wanted me to look at the Kirk Coldsbury last 10 games. Who's doing what? The Clippers have the number 1 offense over that stretch. The Timberwolves have been playing good basketball. The Celtics have been playing dominant basketball for months now. The Mavs, you see the Mavs down there, fucking terrible. Here's what I was saying. The Magic have the number 1 defense over that stretch. Weird time of the year, obviously. You don't want to take too much. Don't want to take too much away from anything that you've seen in March, but you know, we know the Clippers are playing some great basketball. If Kawhi's healthy, I'm just, man, that's tough for Denver, man. That's tough for Denver. It's tough for Denver. Nuggets go out in the first round. Who can they fire next? They trade Jokic to the Mavs. Guys, I just got a promotion at work. Clap it up for me. Hell yeah, B-Dot. Hey, and I was just about to say, I read a DM today, and I don't know if you want me to share this personal information, so maybe I won't. But you know who you are in the chat, so if you want to, this round of applause, please speak up. A very valued member of the slightly biased community accepted a job at ESPN Analytics. How about that? How about that? Just doing great things here. Doing great things here at the slightly biased community. Yep, we've got a man on the inside. Slightly Biased HQ is, we're going crazy. Bulls are net 7, but are rated 10 on both offense and defense. Yeah, because you have teams like the Timberwolves who are 5 on offense, 11 on defense. Slightly will run the league soon. Yeah. Just wait. Just you wait. All right, I think it's fun. I think it'd be fun, and I haven't even looked at these, to look at our preseason predictions. I never do like playoff predictions during the preseason, just because, you know. Off topic, but did you see the Tennessee college quarterback do a holdout for more NIL money and is now transferring? It's crazy. I mean, college sports is just insane right now. I mean, the guys deserve to get paid, but it is a little bizarre. It's kind of weird, and this is just from an outsider's perspective looking in. It's kind of weird to have a situation like this and there not be like a commissioner or sort of this overlooking force that's kind of just like making sure things are under control a little bit. I would be worried working for ESPN that they would fire me, give more money to Pat McAfee. All right, let's see. Preseason predictions. Let's see if we can find it. Okay, let's start here. Let's start here with my award predictions. We'll start by taking a peek at my award predictions. And again, we're going to do our awards later in the week. But here's my preseason award predictions. NFL draft predictions, yeah. Format, here's the format, just a heads up. Slightly safe if I had to bet insane someone outside the top 10 in betting odds, and this was my actual pick. So this is, what is this? Clutch Player of the Year. What's this even looking like right now? Shea was tied for the best odds. Kyrie at 19th. Obviously, that's not happening. My pick was Jalen Brunson. Isn't that... I haven't really kept up with the awards and stuff. Brunson's got a good, solid chance to win this, does he not? Or was that before the injury? Seven-round mock? Yeah, can you imagine? Brunson the favorite. Well, hell yeah. Look at me go. Off to a hot start. What is this one? Coach of the Year. Now, why is Tibbs here? Was Tibbs the favorite? Safe pick was Ime Udoka at second best odds. Michael Malone, slightly insane pick. Whoops. Ime Udoka was my pick. And you know what? I haven't thought much about the awards, and we're going to do it later in the week again. He might be my pick. I know Bickerstaff's been great. I know Kenny Atkinson is probably going to win it, right? It is kind of a stacked year. Now, in my defense on Michael Malone, I had to find somebody outside the top 10 in betting odds. JJ top 5. Yeah, I mean, it's a stacked Coach of the Year crop. Absolutely. I mean, there's probably years where JJ would have won it. Most improved player. Wemby was betting favorites. What? Hey! Denny Avdia was my slightly insane pick, and he won't win it, but he had an incredible season. Writing was on the wall there. My pick was Jalen Green. Wow, really sipping the Jalen Green Kool-Aid, huh? Interesting. Interesting. Well, it's not going to be it. Sounds like it's going to be Cade, which I'm happy about. Don't know who my pick's going to be, but Cade, Dyson Daniels, Christian Brown, all options. Tyler Hero, kind of like his hype for the award kind of fell off, but he was somebody who was talked about quite a bit. Norm Powell, yeah. Dinwiddie. Which one is this? Sixth man of the year. Malik Monk was the favorite entering the season. My slightly insane pick was Trey Mann. Succumbed to the Charlotte Hornets. My pick was Dante DiVincenzo. Interesting. So it's going to be Peyton Pritchard. I mean, who could have expected? Peyton Pritchard is fine, but who could have expected the season Malik Beasley had? Right? Who could have expected it? Malik should win. No, I don't hate my DiVincenzo pick. Defensive player of the year. I mean, Wemby was the overwhelming favorite, minus odds to win the award. Herb Jones was my insane pick. Succumbed to the New Orleans Pelicans. Wow! Oh my God, my pick was Bam Adebayo. Oh shit. Wow, I really went for it with Bam, huh? Why did I not pick Wemby? Well, we know it's either going to be Mobley or Draymond at this point. Bamonte, Wemby or Draymond, or Mobley or Draymond at this point. Outside shot at Dyson Daniels. Jaren Jackson Jr. But it's probably going to be Mobley or Draymond at this point in time. Rookie of the year. What an interesting year this has been for Rookie of the Year. Zach Edey was the favorite. My insane pick was Cody Williams. Again, you had to go outside the top 10 in betting odds. And outside the top 10 in betting odds for Rookie of the Year is tough. Now, I think Jalen Wells was almost certainly outside the top 10. My pick was Zach Edey. Yeah, I mean, very safe pick at the time. Just felt like was like really the only guy you could project to play real solid minutes on a team that was going to be good was Zach Edey. That's why I picked it. He had a good rookie year. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, it's probably going to be Steph Castle. Ricochet's been really good. I think Jalen Wells has a really strong argument. Cody Williams, again, that's the insane outside the top 10. Like, you cut me some slack. Who even is favorite for this shit? Stephon Castle's got to win it, I think. MVP. Luka was once again the betting favorite to win MVP. My slightly insane pick was Jaylen Brown. Outside the top 10 in MVP is a toughie. Like you're really sort of pushing it. And my pick was Luka. Obviously, it's not going to be Luka because he does not qualify. But will be Shea or Jokic. Almost certainly going to be Shea. I'm going to tell you guys this right now in prep for whenever we do the awards, either Wednesday, probably Wednesday. Tell you right now, it's gotten very close to me. I've sat down, I've looked at it a little bit. The Nuggets, and it sounds so fucking stupid because there was a scenario yesterday where the Nuggets are the 7th seed. But the Nuggets finishing the season as the 4th seed, man, Jokic has had such a good season. Man, I mean, really have to sit down and think about it. Really have to sit down and think about it. But here's my All-NBA teams. I'm nervous about this one. I got to admit, I'm nervous about this. All right, let's look. I'm just going to go third team. I'm not even going to look at him yet. Third team, Kyrie probably would have made All-NBA had he been healthy. Tyrese, I think, should make an All-NBA team. Bam, no. Ant will make an All-NBA team. Trae Young will not, but he did lead the league in assists. So, good season for Trae. But we're missing some of these guys. Brunson did qualify, so he'll make it. AD, not going to qualify, although he had a great year. Wemby, not going to qualify, obviously. Tatum will be a first team. Jaylen Brown will not make it. Jokic, obviously. Oh. Why the fuck did I have Devin Booker on first team All-NBA? Oh. Shea, Giannis, and Luka. Wow, D-Book is a tough one right there. Man. That one's... Man, what was going on there? It might have been... It actually might have been the Olympics. It might have been the Olympics. Let me see. Is this from... Okay, let me find the Western Conference predictions. Man, that's a tough pill to swallow, guys. That's tough. Man, that's D-Book, huh? What the fuck was going on there? Like, what the hell was going on there? Western Conference predictions. Let me see. Why can't I find this? Award predictions. Western Conference predictions. Okay, here it is. I'm nervous about this as well. Finn. There you go. Shout out to Finn. I'm nervous about these predictions. Well, first and foremost, incredible design here. Incredible graphic design. Yes. I did take classes on color. How could you tell? Okay, so these are my 2023, 2024 predictions. Let's just get into it. Look how great this looks. Shout out to Melverick who made these for me. Incredible. Let me pull up this year's predictions. Had the Blazers finishing last, and they were much more competitive than I thought they were going to be. Had them finishing at the under for their win total, which did not happen. Interesting why I was so down on them, but then I was up on Denny Avdia. Interesting. They finished 36 and 46, so they blow their over-under out of the water. Had the Jazz finishing second to last. All right, so their under was one of my locks. They had their over-under was 27.5 wins. They finished with 17 wins. So their under was one of my locks, so got that right. I believe this was their record last year that I had. It was, okay. So knew the Jazz would suck. Spurs, they're 35.5. Wow, they finished the season with 34 wins. So they did go under on their win total. Them being under was a lock for me. So I'm 2 for 2 on my locks so far. So feel good about that. And the Spurs were 13th. So got that one absolutely right. This was my piece de resistance, if you will. Predicted the season from hell for the Pelicans. To be fair, I've been predicting it for a while. But did predict the season from hell for New Orleans. Thought they'd miss the play-in tournament. Thought they'd be a disaster, and they were. Just, that's it. Well, Chauncey did just get extended, so good for him. Oh, big miss here. So the Clippers missing the play-in tournament entirely. I did have them going over the 37.5 win total, so I feel good about that, but miss here. Definitely a miss here. Oh, man. Where the fuck did I have the Suns? I know it's disgustingly high. I was low on the Clippers, but to be fair, I don't think this was that crazy. Lakers finishing as the 10 seed. I did have them going over their win total, though. So I'm doing good on my over-unders. And you know what? I don't feel bad about this one. Like, there's no way anyone could have predicted what transpired to transpire. So I don't really feel bad about this one, although they were still looking good before the trade. Sacramento Kings, I finished as the 9 seed. They were the 9 seed. I had them going over their 44.5 win total, which they did not. Interesting why I thought they would be that high. Interesting. So I did think the Kings would be I had the Warriors as the 8 seed. They finished as a 7 seed, and they did go over their win total. So we're doing good on the over-unders. I will say that. Yeah, I thought they'd be a playing team. I think they're probably better than I anticipated, but Grizzlies as a playing team, I got that right. They did go over their win total, though. 47.5 wins. They hit 48 wins. So missed that one barely. Yeah, Lakers were the 4 seed before getting Luka. Yeah, that's true. They technically haven't finished 7th yet. No, the Suns are at a disgusting place. Had the Rockets finishing 6th. Them going over their win total was a lock. So what am I now? 3 for 3 on locks. I'm very proud about this one. I know they obviously finished as the 2 seed, but it was kind of out there to say the Suns would be a playoff team, not a playing team, but a playoff team. And I felt pretty good about that. And they ended up being the 2 seed. So I feel like I nailed that one pretty well, actually. I just thought that you looked at it and you're like, they've improved so much from 2022, 2023 to 23, 24. Why would they not continue to improve when they have so many young guys on their roster? Nuggets as the 5 seed, had them going under their win total, which they did. 50.5 wins. They finished with 50. So got that right. Oh, brother, I think here comes the Suns. And here comes the Suns. Da, 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 da. And I think I had them as I thought the Nuggets would be a little underwhelming this year, and they were, but they still finished with 50 wins. But I didn't like their depth whatsoever. I mean, how could you? And what's funny is my big concern for them was like, you're relying so much on Christian Brown, and Christian Brown ended up being great. Yeah, Suns I had as an overlock. Fuck. Oh, man, I really was sipping the Kool-Aid, huh? And this is why I've in turn have gotten so mad at HBO and all the bullshit they sell us all the time, because I bought it hook, line, and sinker. I love the Tyus Jones. I love Monte Morris for some reason. I love those pickups for them. I thought Ryan Dunn, the fucking preseason shooting thing he had, got me. Man. I mean, in hindsight, it's like, how on earth did you see this? How did you see this? What were you looking at? What were you looking at? But, that's just how it goes. Had the Mavericks finishing 3rd, a lock on their over. I mean, I don't care. Like this isn't a miss in my opinion. This isn't a miss. Season from hell, this isn't a miss in my opinion. I feel like this was actually a hit in a lot of ways. I had the Timberwolves finishing second, going over their win total, which they didn't. Obviously, they're the 6th seed. I was really high on this Timberwolves team, and I still kind of am. I think they're good. Just a slow start for them, and they were sort of having to dig their way out of a slow start for most of the season. But they're still good. They're still a really good team. Just took a while to get going. And then I did have the Thunder finishing first. Oh, I went under on 57.5 wins. That's surprising to me. That is very surprising to me that I went under there. Okay. I'm quite surprised by that. Knowing me and my Thunder love. But actually, you know what? I'm going to say that wasn't too bad. I'm happy I got the Rockets. I predicted that the Pelicans would have a season from hell. The Spurs were getting a lot of playing buzz. I figured they wouldn't be good yet. I did predict the Rockets surge. Fucked up on the Clippers. Had them missing the play-in tournament entirely. I mean, somebody had to. And I was so high on the Suns. The Suns was the biggest miss by far. I did think the West would be a little bit more stacked, yes. So that was the West. Not terrible, all things considered. I feel like we could have done worse there. Now, I'm trying to think off the top of my head the East. Trying to think off the top of my head. How bad it was. Because I don't think it was good. Here it is. Eastern Conference predictions by the. So this was at a point in time in my career where people just referred to me as the. They didn't need to be established. The what? Everyone knew immediately once you said the who was being referred to, and it was me. So that's why you see that right there. Let's get into it. Had the Wizards finishing dead last. I mean, that wasn't a shock to anybody. Wizards finishing dead last. Their over-under was 20.5 wins. I said under was a lock. So, boom, good there. Off to a hot start. Had the Nets finishing 14th. They finished 12th. Had them going over their win total of 18.5, which they did pretty comfortably. 26. So, feeling pretty good about this so far. Thought they'd be better. 18.5 is egregiously low. And we know, they cleared that really early, didn't they? Had the Bulls finishing 13th. That's a bit of a miss. Under on their win total. Man, I was really low on them. That's interesting. I wonder why. I was this low on them. Oh, fuck. Where the fuck are the Hornets? Please tell me the Hornets are right around the corner. I vaguely remember thinking the Hornets were going to be bad this year and giving up on any Hornet stock I had. Please tell me they're coming up next. Please. You want to know what sucks about this, man? Is the year before I was saying the Pistons could be a play-in team, and they burnt me so bad. And I did have their over for wins, though. In my defense, I did have their over for wins. They burnt me so bad that I was like, I vaguely remember being like, I can't pick them to make the play-in tournament this year. Fuck. Big miss. I mean, who could have seen it coming, though? Who could have seen them having the season they did? Please be the Hornets. Thank God. All right. At least I didn't have the Hornets in the play-in tournament. Oh, man. That means I have the Raptors in the play-in. Well, at least I didn't have the Hornets in the play-in tournament. So thank God there. All right, that's fine. I'm okay with that. Raptors is the 10 seed. Okay. They did go over on their win total, so I got that right. I don't know. They dealt with a lot of injuries. I'm looking at this roster. It's not, I don't think it's crazy to think this roster can make the play-in tournament in the East. So I'm at least already. This is an automatic win for me because I did not have the Hornets in the play-in tournament. That's all I give a shit about. Hawks 9. I mean, it just feels safe to put the Hawks in this range. Oh, their over on wins was a lock for me, and they hit that. All right. Interesting that I was that confident in that. So their over-under was 35.5 wins. They finished with 40. Okay. Happy with that. Had the Heat as the 8th seed. I had their over-under was 43.5 wins, and I had them going over as the 8th seed. Interesting. I guess I thought the East would be a little bit more competitive. Now, you couldn't really... Well, actually... No, we knew kind of the rumblings about Jimmy entering the season. So I was about to say you couldn't have predicted that, but I think we kind of knew that was a thing that could happen. Didn't think the Heat would be great. And yeah, obviously they didn't go over, so I missed there. But I did pick Bam to win Defensive Player of the Year. That was a misstep. You know, Bam's still great defensively, but not anywhere near Defensive Player of the Year level this year. All right. I'm giving myself huge props for this. I'm giving myself huge props for putting the Sixers as the 7th seed. Obviously, they were a disaster, but I'm very proud of myself for this one. Their over-under was 51.5 wins. Wow, I locked in the under. And, of course, they finished 24-58. Now, unbelievable seasons from hell for them, but, man. Man. Yeah, Melverick in the chat made these the graphics for each team. More of a disaster, Sixers or Suns. I think the Suns are more of a disaster in the sense that they don't really have like an injury excuse to lean on, where the Sixers do. The thought process. I'm trying to remember the thought process. Worried about Embiid's injury, for sure. And just I remember thinking their team was old as shit. Like that was really it. Their team was old. And I do think I remember saying I thought they were good, and I thought they would be kind of a scary team in the playoffs, but I didn't think they would care at all about the regular season. And that ended up being true, but I just thought that they would be okay with being a playing team if it meant playing Embiid 40 games and him be healthy in the playoffs. Like I remember that's exactly what I thought would happen. So I did get right, but I thought they'd be good in the playoffs. But I did, you know, I'm happy with this one. And I think I had the Magic next, too. Yeah, it was a little bit low on the Magic. 47.5 wins was their over-under before the season. I went under. They finished with 41 wins. 6th seed. They finished as a 7th seed. Yeah, I thought they'd struggle offensively, and that's what happened, pretty much. I was just worried about their offense. And I thought the East was maybe a little bit more stronger this year. So while they didn't improve all that much... So finishing with a better record than the year before felt like it was kind of hard. What was their drop-off last year as a top 5 seed? Well, I think the East was a little weaker the year prior. And they were obviously they missed Paolo and Franz for huge chunks of the season. Had bad injuries. But their offense was just absolutely terrible, man. They were the worst three-point shooting team. Like, I think relatively speaking to like the rest of the league, I mean, it's got to be one of the worst three-point shooting seasons a team has ever had. And they did have terrible injury luck in their defense. Oh, this is a miss. This is a bad miss. I had the Cavs as the 5 seed. Their over-under before the season was 48.5 wins. I had them going under. Man, what was the reasoning for this? I cannot remember for the life of me. Wow. And I wonder if I have like a Google Doc where I did research on that maybe I had like a reasoning for. Man, that's a toughie right there. Okay, here's what my notes say. Is it okay to say I just kind of think this is who the Cavs are? I'm high on Mobley and think this could be the year. 45% from 3 on 2 attempts per game over the last 12 games of regular season. This will be a good basketball team with weaknesses. Okay, so I wasn't like low on them, but I mean, nobody really could have predicted that. Now I'm interested to hear here's my Sixers notes. Joel Embiid will not play back-to-backs. That's true. We already knew that entering the season. If he misses every back-to-back, that's already 67 games, 15 back-to-backs. Paul George already had an injury scare. Well, oh yeah, he hyperextended his knee or some shit, didn't he? I just think this team won't give a shit about the regular season. That's true. Paul George will also be out of back-to-backs. Well, I said I really like the Caleb Martin edition. Oh, man, that's funny as hell. That is really funny. I want to see, what did I say about the Pistons? Okay. All right, so I was high on the Pistons. It's just I didn't have them in the play-in tournament. The Cade Cunningham leap is coming, is what I did say. That's note number one. Jaden Ivey's looking better and better, and he did look great to start the season before that disgusting injury. The new floor spacers will absolutely help these two guards get their game off. Yeah. Even though Pistons fans already hate THJ. Ended up being really good for them. Tim Hardaway Jr. did. So shout out to him. My Magic notes were, this offense has potential to be bottom 8 again. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's really it. Man, that's a bad miss. Bad miss. And bad miss. Womp, womp, womp on the Cavs front. Pacers is the 4 seed. Their over-under was 47.5 wins. I had them going over 50 wins. They were the 4 seed. So got that right on the nose. How about that? High on the Pacers entering the season. They're good. I'm pretty high on them in the playoffs, to be honest with you. I think that they're kind of sucks being the 4-5 team, but actually, honestly, I think you'd rather play the Cavs round 2 than the Celtics. I think they've got a real legitimate shot to make the conference finals again. Real legitimate shot. Had the Bucks as the 3 seed. Their over-under was 50.5 wins. I had their over as a lock. They finished with 48. So missed there. I was high on Dame and Giannis together. Thought that this would be the year it finally broke through. Was high on the Giannis, Dame, Brook, Chris lineup. Chris gets traded midseason for Kuzma. I said defense simply has to be better than it was last year. 19th in the league last year because the offense will absolutely be top 10, assuming everyone is healthy. So Giannis had a great season. I just don't know. What do we think about this Bucks team in general? Oh, I mean, Giannis is playing out of his fucking mind. I mean, that much is certain. But they were 16th in defense this year. They've been incredible offensively, but first round exit, yeah. No, everyone was not healthy. Not at all. Had the Knicks finishing as the 2 seed. 53.5 wins was their over-under. My Lord. I did go under there, and that was right. They finished with 51 wins. But my number one thing was how good they were last year with OG, and OG's been fucking unreal this year. Absolutely unbelievable. Was a little bit worried about their playmaking outside of Brunson. And I think that's a concern that's sort of reared its ugly head. Of course, Brunson got hurt, so it's not really fair to them, but they finished with a top 5 offense, 12th defensively, trending in the right direction defensively over the last few months. And then I did have the Celtics. Oh, man. Okay. 58.5 wins was their over-under. I put over as a lock. They finished with 61. As the 1 seed, obviously, the Cavs end up being the 1 seed. Having 2 60-win teams in one conference is kind of insane. There's 3 60-win teams across the league is crazy. Was Mikal a better secondary playmaker in Phoenix? I can't remember. I mean, he was more of a play finisher in Phoenix. Shout out to the year there were 2 67 wins team in the West that 1 year, happened 5 times since 2000. That's honestly more than I would have guessed. Spurs Warriors, yeah. That was robbed from us. Still don't see any team beating the Celtics squad. No, I agree with you, man. The Celtics are they're just a machine, dude. They're a machine. That's just kind of where I'm at. The East honestly wasn't bad. I don't think. I called the Sixers not being great, although my reasoning was different. Called the Magic not being that great. Missed on the Cavs, missed on the Pistons badly. But outside of that, I mean, the Cavs and Pistons are two bad misses. Outside of that, not bad though. I'm not too upset about these predictions. You know, it's always hard. There's always injuries and trades that you don't expect. Obviously, we know that firsthand.